My obsession with money led me to the edge. One video changed everything. I wake up every morning with one thought in my mind: money. How to make it, how to get it faster, how to turn an idea into something that will bring in cash. I scroll through my phone before even getting out of bed, checking TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, watching what's trending, what's viral, what's making people rich overnight. I live with my parents in a small suburban house just outside of Chicago. Nothing fancy, just a modest 3-bedroom with a driveway that always needs sweeping and a backyard that no one really uses anymore. My mom works at a local grocery store, and my dad's been a mechanic for as long as I can remember. They don't understand what I do. They ask why I don't just get a regular job, why I spend so much time glued to my phone, editing videos, brainstorming ideas with Daniel. They don't get it. The world has changed, and I don't want to be stuck in some 9-to-5 grind for the rest of my life. I want more. Daniel is my best friend, my business partner, my fellow dreamer. He lives just 2 streets down in a house almost identical to mine. We've been best friends since middle school. We didn't have much growing up, and maybe that's why we think about money so much now. We don't want to struggle like our parents did. We want something different, something bigger. We spend hours every day working on content. We've tried everything: reaction videos, prank videos, challenge videos, even a cooking series that neither of us had any real skill for. We analyze metrics, study engagement rates, experiment with thumbnails and titles. Some videos get a couple of hundred views, a few even hit a couple thousand, but we haven't cracked the code yet. Chester, our mutual friend from the UK, is on a similar path but in a different way. He works in construction, putting in long, grueling hours, but his mind is always on money. He's deep into crypto, constantly watching market trends, investing in coins, chasing that big break. He calls us regularly, updating us on his latest gains, bragging when he makes a smart trade, complaining when the market dips. It's all about patience, he tells us. You gotta ride the wave. We encourage each other, push each other. It's a competition in some ways, but in a good way. We all want to make it, and we all want to see each other succeed. Chester has his girlfriend, Kate, who visits him occasionally. She doesn't fully understand his obsession with crypto but supports him anyway. I guess that's what love is. Daniel and I, we're too focused on this grind for relationships right now. Girls cost money, and we don't have money yet. Each day is a cycle. Wake up, check stats, brainstorm, film, edit, upload, wait. Some days the excitement is electric. A video starts gaining traction, and we start fantasizing about what we'll do when we finally make it big. Other days it's soul-crushing. A video we poured hours into barely scrapes a few hundred views. The algorithm feels like an impossible beast to tame. We try different approaches. We invest in better equipment, a ring light, a decent microphone, a new editing software subscription. We watch countless tutorials, breaking down what works and what doesn't. The problem is, everyone is doing the same thing. The market is saturated, and standing out is harder than ever. Chester calls again, telling us about a new crypto trend he's investing in. He's excited, convinced this is the one that will make him rich. Daniel and I listen, but we're skeptical. Crypto is risky, unpredictable. At least with content creation, we feel like we have some control. Still, we admire his hustle. My parents don't see it the way we do. Every few weeks, my dad will suggest I apply for a job at his shop. Just part-time, he says. Make some money while you figure things out, but I don't want a backup plan. I want this to work. I need it to work. At night, when the house is quiet, I lie in bed thinking about the future. I imagine hitting 1 million subscribers, making enough money to move out, traveling, living without financial stress. It feels so close, but at the same time, impossibly far. Daniel and I have a plan. We're going to try new formats, push harder, be more consistent. We know it won't happen overnight, but we believe it will happen. And that belief keeps us going. I wake up to the glow of my laptop screen. I don't even remember turning it on last night, but there it is, waiting for me like an unfinished conversation. My phone is already in my hand before I register grabbing it. Another day, another attempt to crack the code of viral content. I saw a video on No Name yesterday, 1.5 million views. Some guy filming something ridiculous, nothing particularly clever, just pure, dumb luck. It hit me hard. If that could go viral, then why couldn't something I made? It wasn't even high-quality content. It was just something that people clicked on. That's the game, really. Making something people click on. I scroll through my phone while my laptop boots up. Facebook Reels, Instagram Stories, TikTok trends. It's all a blur of distractions and inspiration. I know I should be creating, but consuming is easier. My coffee sits untouched on my desk, growing colder by the minute. I'm not a bad guy. I know that. But I have my moments. I can be harsh. I can call someone an idiot without thinking twice. I can laugh at a friend's expense. I've lied before, small lies, big lies. Sometimes it's easier than the truth. I don't dwell on it. It's just part of me, something I've carried for as long as I can remember. I believe in God. I go to Mass every Sunday. But I don't think about Him when I'm there. I think about the next video, the next opportunity, what I'll eat for lunch. The priest speaks, and I hear the words, but they don't settle in me. They float past like background noise in a coffee shop. And then, today, something different happens. I'm scrolling through short videos, killing time, and I stop. It's a Catholic priest, standing in front of an altar, explaining something in simple, clear words. I don't know why I don't swipe past. Maybe the way he speaks, maybe the lighting, maybe just dumb luck. He talks about God. Not in the way I usually hear, not in the way that washes over me and disappears. He talks about what happens when a person turns away from God, how they don't even notice it happening. He says when that happens, they fall under the care of something else. An evil spirit. A spirit that feeds on anger, on judgment, on speaking badly of others. I listen. Really listen. He talks about how it manifests, how a person becomes bitter, critical, quick to insult. How they stop seeing the good in people. How they lie, sometimes without even realizing it. How they make fun of others, not in a harmless way, but in a way that slowly hardens their own heart. Feels like he's describing me. Not in an obvious, exaggerated way, but in the small details. The everyday things I do without thinking. The casual way I mock someone in a group chat. The way I twist a story to make myself look better. The way I roll my eyes at my parents when they suggest I get a real job. I feel a knot in my stomach. I set my phone down. The video keeps playing, but I don't hear it anymore. I'm thinking about all the times I've been that person. It's not like I've hurt anyone. Not really. I don't steal, I don't fight, I don't break the law. But I know what the priest is talking about. It's me. I close my laptop. The excitement from the no-name video is gone. The hunger for views, for monetization, for going viral, it's all still there, but now it feels different. Feels tainted somehow. Like it's not just a hustle anymore, but something that's consuming me in ways I never noticed. I lean back in my chair and stare at the ceiling. What now? It was Monday when I first heard that video. At first, I shook it off, going back to my usual routine of creating content, scrolling through trends, and strategizing on how to get more engagement. But something had shifted. The words of that priest stuck with me like a splinter in my mind. I couldn't shake them, and every time I sat down to brainstorm new ideas, a small, nagging voice whispered in the back of my mind, "What are you really doing this for?" As the days passed, I found myself searching for similar videos, drawn into a world I had previously ignored. More and more, I heard the same message. The endless pursuit of wealth and fame leads nowhere. Every video, every sermon, every clip echoed the same thought, that in chasing money, people often lose their souls. I scrolled through my usual social media feeds, and suddenly it all looked different. Every ad, every post, every recommendation screamed at me about success, about making money, about financial freedom. The world had one goal, to make me believe that my worth was tied to how much I earned. I thought about this every day for a week. The realization hit hard. Almost everything in my life revolved around money. It wasn't just me. Everyone was caught up in it. My conversations with Daniel, our shared obsession with views and monetization, Chester's crypto investments, it all felt hollow now. We were so focused on getting rich that we never stopped to ask why we wanted it so badly. One night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, unable to sleep. My phone was next to me, notifications lighting up the screen, new videos, new comments, new algorithm changes. I had built my entire life around these things. And for what? A few likes? A chance at going viral? I started questioning everything I had been working toward. By Sunday, I couldn't ignore it anymore. For the first time in a long time, I went to Mass with an open heart, really listening. The words of the priest weren't just background noise. They hit me deep. He spoke about repentance, about how chasing worldly things can lead us away from what truly matters. For the first time, I felt the weight of my choices. I understood what I had been doing wrong. I had made money my idol, my God, and in doing so, I had lost sight of my real purpose. After Mass, I stepped outside feeling different, lighter somehow. I knew I wasn't going to change overnight, but I wanted to start. Small steps, one by one. I began reading the Bible, reflecting on my actions, questioning my motivations. I started thinking less about what content would go viral and more about what actually mattered. I tested myself in small ways. When I saw an ad telling me I needed to buy something to be happy, I asked myself if that was really true. When I saw someone flaunting their success online, I questioned whether they were truly fulfilled. It became a habit, looking past the surface, searching for something deeper. Daniel and Chester noticed the change almost immediately. They were confused at first, maybe even a little worried. I wasn't obsessing over trends as much. My conversations shifted. I started talking about priorities, about the importance of something greater than money. At first, they laughed it off, but over time, I saw it in their faces. They were thinking about it too. One evening, Daniel and I were working on a new video, something we thought had the potential to go viral. Halfway through, I stopped and looked at the footage. It felt empty. I turned to him and said, "Do you ever wonder if we're chasing the wrong thing?" He gave me a weird look, but I could tell something clicked. We sat in silence for a while before he muttered, "Yeah, sometimes we still need money to live, of course. It's necessary, but it's not everything. If we make it the center of our lives, we're bound to be disappointed because money will always come and go. But God, He is constant. He doesn't leave and He doesn't fail. The world tells us we need to be part of the race, that we need to chase riches, power, success, and that without them we're nothing. But that's a lie. The real treasure is in our souls, in the things that last beyond this life. The world tries to mold us into a gray mass of consumers, endlessly chasing after things that will never truly satisfy. But we are meant for more than that. We need to care for our spiritual wealth first because, in the end, that is what truly matters. Have you ever had days when you thought about this? In fact, it is so, and we can only renounce material things and serve God. In the Bible, Jesus says that a person cannot serve both God and mammon at the same time. Mammon is wealth, money, etc. If a person serves mammon, then he separates himself from God, and if he serves God, then material things take a back seat for him. God gave every person a choice. He does not force anyone, and the person makes the choice himself.